follow me on my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you! In this video, for grade 8 mathematics, pag-uusapan natin ang tungkol sa probabilities of simple events. So, how to find the probability of a simple event? So, we will use the given formula PE wherein P stands for probability and then E is for event. So, we have the given formula, number of favorable outcomes or NE divided by number of possible outcomes or NS. So, how to solve probability word problems? First is to identify events for which probability is to be determined. Second is calculate total number of possible outcomes. Third, calculate probability of each event. Fourth is add probability of each event if it is required. We have the probability rules. First rule, the probability of any event is a number. It's either a fraction, a decimal, or a percent between and including 0 and 1. Second rule, if an event will never happen, then its probability is 0. Third, if an event is sure to happen, then the probability is 1. Fourth, the sum of the probabilities of all the outcomes in the sample space is 1. So let us now have the example. Number 1, a box is filled with cubes of different colors. There are 40 white cubes, 24 green, 12 red, 24 golden, and 20 blue cubes. If you have to select a cube without looking into the box, what is the probability that you will pick a white or a blue cube? So, sa isa daw box ay merong iba-ibang kulay na cubes. Merong 40 na white, merong 24 na green, 12 ang red cubes, 24 ang gold, and then merong 20 na blue cubes. So, kapag daw hindi ka titingin sa box, paano daw, ano yung probability or ano yung posibilidad na ang makuha mo sa loob ng box ay white or blue cube? So, we will use the given steps on how to solve probability word problem using this formula. So, step 1 is to identify events. So, ano nga ba yung hinahanap natin sa given problem? So, step 1, we have to pick a white cube or we have to pick a blue cube. Kasi alinman sa dalawa, ano yung probability na alinman sa dalawa ang makuha natin sa loob ng box. Step 2 is to calculate total number of possible outcomes. So, i-add lang natin lahat ng bilang ng cubes. So, 40 plus 24 plus 12 plus 20, that is equal to 120. So, merong 120 na cube sa loob ng isang box. Third step is to calculate probability of each event. So, since ang hinahanap natin is probability ng white or blue, so magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang formula, isang formula para sa white at isa namang formula para sa blue. So, dun muna tayo sa probability of getting a white. So, we have the numerator number of white cubes and then the denominator is total number of white cubes or total number of cubes. So, ang white, so ang nakalagay dyan is 40. So, 40 over yung total number ng cubes natin is 120 na nakuha natin kanina. So, iyan na yung probability or yung fraction para sa white. Para naman sa blue, ang blue natin is 20 and then the total number of cubes is 120. Step 4 is add probability of each event if it is required. So, i-add natin yung probability ng white at ng blue kasi ang hinahanap natin is probability na makuha natin is white or blue. So, i-add natin ang 40 over 120 sa 20 over 120. So, that will become 60 over 120. So, let us get the lowest term or the simplest form since kayang i-divide ang 60 at 120 sa 60, which is yung kanilang common factor. So, let us divide 60 over 120 sa 60 over 60. So, therefore, the probability of getting a white or blue cube is 1/2 or 1 over 2. Another example, in a box, There are 20 balls numbered from 1 to 20. If a ball is drawn from the box, find the probability of getting a number divisible by 3. So, for the solution, gamitin ulit natin yung given formula. So, step 1 is to identify events for which probability is to be determined. So, ang hinahanap natin is probability in getting a number divisible by 3. Step 2 is to calculate number or total number of possible outcomes. So sabi dyan sa problem, there are 20 balls numbered from 1 to 20. So for the step 2, ang total number of possible outcomes is 20. Step 3, calculate probability of each event. So, gamitin natin yung formula na probability of getting a ball, which is divisible by 3, equals number divisible by 3 over the total number of balls. So, ano nga ba yung mga numbers simula 1 to 20 na divisible sa 3? So, those are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. So, lahat po yan ay divisible sa 3 or kayang i-divide sa 3. So, gawin na natin yung formula. So, since meron tayong 2, 4, 6, so 6 over yung total number ng balls natin is 20. Okay, so for the step 4, add probability of each event if it is required. Since ang hinahanap lang natin ay isang ball, which is divisible sa 3, so gamitin natin yung nakuha natin kanina, 6 over 20, and then get the lowest term. Ang common factor nila or LCD or least common factor ng 6 at 20 is 2. Since pwede sila o kaya silang i-divide sa 2, so therefore, the probability of getting a ball divisible by 3 is 3 over 10 because 6 divided by 2 is 3 and 20 divided by 2 is 10. Number 3, if a letter is to be selected from the word millennials, find the probability that the letter is consonant. Okay, so again, gamitin natin yung steps. Step 1, identify events for which probability is to be determined. So, ang hinahanap natin is consonant letters. Okay, so step 2 is to calculate total number of possible outcomes. So, ang gagawin lang natin is bilangin lang natin kung ilang letters meron sa word na millennial. So, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So, we have the total letters which is 11. Step 3, calculate probability of each event. So, gamitin natin yung formula, probability of consonant is equal to consonants over the total letters. So, meron tayong given consonants sa words na M, L, N, L, and S. Dahil ang A, I, E, ay kabilang sa vowels. So, lahat po ito ay consonants. Isulat natin yung mga letters kahit na nauulit dahil ang pinagbabasihan natin ay yung word na millennials. So, meron tayong 7 na consonants and then over sa 11 which is the total letters of this given word. Okay, so for the step 4, add probability of each event if it is required. So, since ang hinahanap lang natin ay isang letter which is consonant, and then hindi na natin kaya pang i-lowest term or hanapin ang LCD ng 7 at 11 dahil wala silang common factor, therefore, that is the final answer which is 7 over 11. So let us now summarize what we have learned about this lesson. How to find the probability of a simple event. So we will use the formula P or probability of event is equal to number of favorable outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. How to solve probability word problems. So number 1 or step 1 is identify events for which probability is to be determined. Step 2, calculate total number of possible outcomes. Step 3, calculate probability of each event. And the last is add probability of each event if it is required. Sana ay nakatulong ang video na ito sa inyong lesson. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or suggestions, feel free to comment below. Enjoy learning mathematics. God bless us all!